Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Bruins will put toe to leather and we'll get started. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Miami's offense takes the field. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box, they can take it outside, they can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
Catch in the middle, it's Hodges. He's brought down quickly, minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there.
Oh, and I love that play call on 4th down. You know, the entire defense was zoning in on that running back, thinking he was maybe going to get a handoff, but they're able to sneak and leak him out of the backfield. Behind the defense, he makes the catch and keeps the drive alive.
It's caught. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. They flexed out that tight end a little bit, and you know the tight end's always open.
Always open. Quarterback's best friend. And this guy's a problem, Reese. He's a matchup problem because he's too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. He's showing you his athleticism there.
Snagged in the middle. It's Pringle. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Scanning the field, it's Howe. Makes the catch, it's Hodges. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. And the Canes come to the line with a new set of downs. Gonna run it. It's Pringle. Tough, determined run. Gets it down to the 12. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. The give to the tailback. Fights off the defender. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice a safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down. Because the RPO...
Touchdown, Miami! Great job by the back on the option.
And it doesn't get any better than that. You script the first 10 plays, that was 10 plays. That was perfection. That was a touchdown. That's called good scouting, being ready for the football game, and executing to a team to start this game off.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Sanders. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. So the UCLA Bruins offense will have its first possession of the game. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won, and last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. But when you're going backwards and you're giving the offense on the other side more position.
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
Makes the grab on the left. Across the 20 and out of bounds at the 21-yard line, and just like that, they're out of trouble. Ball spotted at the 21. It's first down. Motion from the wideout. Dropping back, it's Gardner. Looking to the big tight end. A strike downfield. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
Really nice looking throw there. And traditionally, the best UCLA offenses are always the ones that can get it done through the air. You've got to be able to come up with explosive plays in the passing game. And if this team is going to win a conference championship, they need this guy to play at his A-plus level week in and week out.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
The Bruins are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. He spins away from the defender. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. And the Bruins back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Finds his tight end. Turning it on. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance.
Rush coming in high, and they got him at the 29. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking for a crease. It's Cox. And a short gain on this run, and that'll bring us to the end of the first. We've reached a break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. Looking to throw, it's Gardner. Makes the pass. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And that's just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. You might not get another clean look like that in the rest of this game.
Smashes it between the uprights. That'll bring him to within 4.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. Here he comes with the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Both teams scored on their first possessions, but now a chance to send a message that field goals aren't going to win this game. Touchdowns will. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. The Hurricanes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And he'll be work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Oh, he's got some space. He cannot get there. It'll be fourth down. And the Canes will send out the punt unit. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Gets it out of there for the first time today and didn't see much of him that loss a week ago. Called on just once. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Dropping back, it's Gardner. Working that left side now. He gets it out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46. The Bruins are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. Wants to throw on third down. He's got the tight end. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. And the Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Makes the grab. It's Shaw.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
The Bruins are moving quickly down the field. Off the boot, looking for his man. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Oh, they're after him. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
Man, this quarterback is going to need an ice bath when this game is over because he is getting whacked. We've seen him go down. He's been sacked time and time again. He just got nailed another time on that last play.
Fires deep toward the end zone. It's picked off, and that's number 10. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Leaves it with the running back. Got the first down and more. There he goes. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because, Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
They'll start this one from the 29 on 1st down. Motion from the wide receiver. To throw, it's Hout. Bringing the heat. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Catch in the middle, it's Hodges. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone, or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. And he'll need to curl this one in from 44 yards out on the right hash. He splits the uprights. Now up by 7 points here in the second. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
UCLA will go back to work on offense. They'll start this drive down by a touchdown, trailing 10-3. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. He's got it. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking for a productive play on first down. Back to pass, it's Gardner. The quick out. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all offseason long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And the Bruins will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. On target over the middle. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking downfield on first down. Caught over the middle. It's y'all.
Quarterbacks love throwing slants to big boys. When you got big targets, man, it's hard to miss them. Great job throwing to a guy that tall, putting it near his body, and he plunks it in for the catch.
Unloads to the right. Got his man. Touchdown, UCLA. Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score.
And I love it. Trust your passing game. Trust your quarterback because you know he can execute. You have confidence in him, and that is the way you finish a first half. And now you got a chance to tie this football game up.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it back looking for help. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've...
It's picked off, and that's number 10. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. To the air, it's Gardner. Here's a heat. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. The offense will quickly use a timeout. The number one job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
Got a man in the middle. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
At the 8-yard line. 1st and goal, UCLA.
Was to pass. Under fire. Touchdown, Bruins. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
UCLA.
Well, I don't know if there was a lot of question with respect to who that ball was going to be going to. This quarterback knows who his best playmaker is, and on the final play of the first half, he was looking him up. It wasn't going to be easy, but they're able to execute, get on the same page, score the touchdown, and they've got the lead.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Boys, you never quite know what to expect there on South Beach, and we've had a lively first half. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Hard Rock Stadium.
The Canes will kick it away to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well. So you have to know where your answers are.
Handoff to the lone back. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now facing a third and long. Looking downfield, it's Gardner. Pocket breaking down. And they can't make the connection on third down. The Bruins will punt it away on fourth down. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Looking for a gap. It's Pringle.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Pringle. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
Making side adjustments here. To the air on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Golden. Brings into the open. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers, all the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated. He missed that connection.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half, but man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
Shoots it to the left. Oh, and he just flat dropped it. You do not see this guy do that very often. It'll be fourth down. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. And he'll need a little distance and to bend it just right. A 41-yarder from the left hash. He slides that just inside the right upright. That'll cut the lead down to 4, 17-13.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
UCLA will go back to work on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Well, after not getting a thing done on first down, it's second and long from the 24. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. To the air. It's Gardner. Under fire. The short hands. It's Shaw. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Bruins will have it 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Wants to go up top. Grabbed in the middle, it's Cox. And the defense drags him down. Making the running back a weapon in the passing game makes it so difficult on the defense to cover everything.
No doubt. And listen, there's so many matchups.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. The Bruins will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just...
Trying to beat the D deep. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the first half. And here they are in the second half defending a deep ball.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. This time he's got it. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line. And now they've got a little something brewing. Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. Looking to throw, it's Knight. Missed receiver there, it's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Quarterback making adjustments. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Unloads it left. Pulls it in. It's Pringle.
Well, that's one the defender would love to have back. Great coverage there on the corner route. That's a 50-50 ball. He just has to do a better job high-pointing it at the top. The receiver beat him to the ball and made a big play.
He wants to throw it again. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one. And the Hurricanes can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Works the middle of the field. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
They'll try to get it in with the run. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he was able to pick his way for just a few yards, and that'll wrap up the 3rd quarter. standings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Trying to get it done with the run here on 3rd and goal. He's a tough, crafty back, but he couldn't find his way to the marker, and it'll be 4th down.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollock.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I want to.
Touchdown, Hurricane! They move on top here in the 4th.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the 4th quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Northwestern was all gas and no brakes in one of the more convincing wins we'll see this week. The type of performance Darnell Autry and company delivered in that magical 10-win season of 1995. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space, and getting that fast dude on the ground.
And he'll work his way out across the 10 to about the 12. It'll be 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Buckmeyer. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. And the Bruins line up to punt it away. He's got it. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time. They had a much better field position this time around. With the catch, it's Pringle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Got his man. Got room at the 35. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
And this is what leaders do at the quarterback position, guys. After throwing 2 picks a week ago, he was able to put that game behind him, refocused himself, got back in the film room. He looks like a different player this week.
The offense changing the play. Looking to throw on 1st down. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Got him downfield. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. He threw a couple of costly interceptions in that loss last week, but a really good job to take care of the football in this one.
And Reese, at that position, you better have a short-term memory, right? Quarterbacks have to forget about it, move on, forget the mistakes. Nice job putting that behind him last week. Coming out today, putting together a great performance for his team.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Tries again to get it in. gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. He'll bring it out. It's Sanders. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Looking for a man. It's Bachmeier. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark it right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to go up top on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Cox. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The Bruins moving quickly to the line. Guys, let's talk a little UCLA. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want to see him finish strong, and I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a part of it. The kids hear it, but finishing strong would kind of ease some of that for Palmer. It's the body of work, everything he did.
He lofted high and deep down the left side. He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, UCLA.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. This defense is going to have to sell out to stop the run and try to get the ball back one last time. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. Touchdown, Bruins. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
So much pressure on this defense just to get a stop on this drive. They were trailing, but after that turn of events and the interception, they've now got the lead. Now remember, they're going to have to come right back on the field. They've got to be able to refocus themselves, but what a play.
And he tacks on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. He gets a block. He's got an alley. A dynamic return, explosive, and got loose on this kick coverage team, and they were barely able to keep him from taking it all the way. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
A first down run in the red zone. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I think the run defense, a lot of times late in the game, you always wonder how well it'll hold up. Nice job on this play by this defense, getting in and getting the running back on the ground.
After getting nothing done on first down, 2nd and goal from the 6. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
He's got it on the run. Touchdown, King! And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead. And he knocks it through, and the lead is a field goal here in the fourth quarter. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it out. It's Sanders. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. UCLA will go back to work on offense. And if you list the priorities here, Jesse, first thing, get your kicker into his comfort zone.
It's a balance here between being conservative and being aggressive. You know that a field goal obviously puts you in a position to win this game, but, David, I don't hate being aggressive here either.
No, I'm going to be aggressive. I'm not leaving it up to my kicker if I have a choice. I trust my offense. I make the plays I know I can make. I watch the clock, but I stay aggressive.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. The RPO, fire complete to the left. Timeout called by the offense. 23 seconds remaining in the game. Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. Looking to pass. It's Bachmeier. Makes the grab. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. He'll spike the ball to try to save every precious second he can. He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it.
Well, obviously here in the fourth quarter trailing, they're going to be throwing the ball, trying to get back in this game. Couldn't come up with it there on second down. They're expecting them to throw it here on third.
He's looking to throw. Rush is on him. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff.